My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to making the best of a bad situation. Here, in Against the Storm. So, last we left off, we had some early village deaths, unfortunately. We've still got this event still ticking along, ready to give us another point of impatience. We got a ridiculous amount of impatience going on. Oh boy, I need to start completing some quests in order to get that ticking down just a wee bit for us. And it's asking for a bunch of resources I don't necessarily have access to at the moment. We've got a trade route that is complete, but I'm not going to be collecting that money until after this trigger occurs, because in the trigger we will lose all of our amber and wine. Let's also hit that speed back up a little bit there. Also, let's have a look at our resources and see if any of these are over-generating. I mean, yeah, we're getting a bunch of mushrooms. Yeah, we're getting a bunch of grain. But we do also have a plan for how we're going to be dealing with those through the rain mill, turning both of those, that is to say, grain and mushrooms, our overproduced, into flour, which we can then cycle back into the system through food. We have excellent plans. Let me say that much. Our plans are really good. Now, our achievement of those plans? It's a completely different question entirely. I don't know why you bring it up. It's rude of you, actually, frankly. Actually, I'm not going to achieve them because you said that I should. It's your fault now. Come on, finish with these crops, please. That'll give us the ability to finish our focus on farming. I mean, hang on. There we go. That mission's already ticked over, and the next trader is coming in 16 minutes. So I can collect this trade route. In fact, I can collect both of them. And I can look to send another one out. Unfortunately, we have nothing that people are interested in. I mean, we have jerky, but we don't have enough jerky to go around. Yeah, because we're going to be using that meat ultimately here to create pies in the bakery. Let's open up everyone's resource panels again. Okay, and turn in the first crop reward. So here I am going to get 4 villages. We are going to get +3 to global resolve. We're going to get 10 parts as well. So we have more camps that they can access and utilize. Trader routes are still the same. Yeah, it hasn't been a season turnover yet. I mean, look, I could try and generate enough building materials. Actually, that's... I'm not going to do that. Hang on. I have a provisioner on the board though, right? Yeah, I purchased the ability to make provisioner. I shouldn't be making provisions using this kind of lossy exchange anymore. Pack of crops. You know, as long as we have a limit on the amount of pack of crops we can make, which I'll set to 10, then I'm fine letting those continue for a little bit here. Just so that I have some more stuff that I can offload to the next trader. Again, incense, scrolls, and oil. We do have the ability to make scrolls out of all of those, just scrolls, and incense now as well. But the incense requires herbs, which we don't have, and the scrolls require pigment, which we don't have. Come on, solve one of our problems for us? Those don't look like solved problems to me. The carpenter and the lumber mill both promise to make planks at a much better rate than we are currently. I could take the carpenter here in order to get planks at a better rate, simple tools, the ability to start creating those, as well as luxury goods, so that I can complete the luxury goods mission that we currently have. Wine is not as achievable to us. I'm going to take the carpenter. I'm going to immediately slam that down. We are making a decent amount of logs. Speaking of, though, we don't have the ability to create it just yet. Hang on, who's making our logs? I could have sworn... Okay. It's still only this crude workstation. Guess we were running out of wood is why we must have taken that person out initially. How many woodcutters do we have if we're running out of wood that easily? Because that could easily be like a large amount of the problem we're experiencing here. Yeah, we have 1 woodcutter's camp at the moment. I think we now have enough villages that I can afford to make a second woodcutters camp, and I think that's actually been the case for a while, and now I'm actually really deeply quite embarrassed. Suddenly realizing our huge bottleneck this entire time has been lack of input of wood. Oops. But that's okay. I just need to get better and better and better at recognizing these things in the moment, and the way that I will do that is through experiencing them and rectifying them appropriately. So there's gonna be one. Yeah, there's one. Let's put down a third woodcutters camp over in a different area. Let's say something more like about here. Connect that in with some pathing. Tell it what to open. I mean, I am telling them to go to dangerous events consistently right now. Even with this one still open and unsolved. Yeah, that doesn't seem a clever idea, does it? Anyhow, that's happening. Still no ability to do any of these. I mean, trade goods? I can make some trade goods, can't I? No. Wait, I can already make luxury goods? Oh no, that's still coming up with this carpenter. Got it. Running out of that leech broodmother up in that top corner, unfortunately, which is going to very quickly cut us off from our meat. It'll be a deeply sad ordeal when that does occur. All right, order number 1, ancient tablet, luxury goods. I think luxury goods are going to be easier for us. Especially because we're already aiming down the line of being able to create those. Beavers, have 18 beavers. I would need 10 more beavers to accomplish that. God, I would love to have that. I'm probably not going to educate the people here. With a guild house and the ability to educate or build luxury, yeah, it's pretty unlikely I fulfill the leisure needs, so I will take the beavers. Oh boy. Oh, there's another woodcutters camp over here. Let's stock some people in. This one's opened up as well. Throw some people in there. Beauty. We're in another season, right? Yeah, so this will have rolled over too. So they want roots. There's mushrooms. Okay, I can sell mushrooms. Although, unfortunately, I don't have enough packs of provisions to complete the entire thing there. Let's see. I'm gonna turn back on packs of provisions for a little bit here and see if I can get up to 15. Because if I can get up to 15 and I can send off 100 mushrooms here, that's one of the resources that I am best at generating. Seems like it'd be a great idea for us. On hand, we hold 19 amber. It's doing fine, I guess. Could be better. It's probably not going to be enough to save us from this again. That's so many points of impatience. Global production's 50% faster, but trading's unavailable. I can't take that. Gain 2 artifacts for every 2 completed dangerous or forbidden glade events. Sure. Ugh. We may actually have on our hands our first failed settlement here, I guess. Oh wait, we let the season roll over. No. Well, I didn't have enough provisions in time anyway. And as it turns out, nothing in the rest is something I need, so... I mean... Yeah, let's get a... Let's start moving our trapping camps over here. Because then I can get a bunch of eggs really quickly.
Old Farloof. Take a look at me wares, Viceroy. You won't find better quality materials anywhere in the kingdom.
Okay, in terms of infused tools. What's it gonna take to get you in a brand new Nissan? I will take 4 of these. And I will gift unto you many ancient tablets. Also much amber. Many crops. All of this to try and give myself a little bit in terms of simple tools to deal with upcoming hazards. Excellent. So for their 13 simple tools and 4 infused tools, I'll be giving them 2 ancient tablets, 10 packs of crops, 19 amber, and 7 leather. They're satisfied with that deal, as am I, because it allows me to finally get out of the hell that this has been visiting upon me this entire time. While we're working it though, we are getting a -4 to global resolve for every 10 amber in the warehouse. So we are well incentivized to spend all of our money, which we have already done. Grand. Let's get some more of the lizards working. Any lizards in positions they don't care about. Yeah, the Forsaken Crypts. You can give that to the Trapper's Camp that does care about Avan lizards specifically. And I will throw another beaver in there. So I made a couple of mistakes early on here. I expanded too quickly and aggressively without any possibility of accounting for the negative of this one. Obviously, this one down in this corner was there was seconds in it, right? It was almost an excellent play. It was just on the cusp. All right. Let's check in again on our different produced materials. We've got a lot of grain, still a lot of mushrooms. I'm going to prioritize the building of the rain mill at this point. So the earliest of the planks we get will likely be dedicated towards making it. I'm also going to turn creation of fabric off and install one more person in the crude workshop here. Actually, hang on. I'm going to invert that. I'm going to give second production priority to the rain mill and first production priority to the carpenter, so the carpenter can then create more efficient planks. Having broken into another area, I'm going to create some excess coal. The coal is up here. So let's get 2 more folk in there making it. Because if I make enough coal, I can solve the fisherman's cave with that. And gain planks net. Increased insect production from additional yields. There's insects in this area. Oh, there's people in this area. And a big shelter. There's a big shelter. I kind of wish I'd ramped up to the people. Tamping this impatience down is going to be a toughie. I suspect one of the things I almost immediately want to do is just complete aesthetics by building little fenced areas where I know I'm unlikely to continue building after this. So, like... Wait, hang on. Something down in this corner. So that's 4 of them already made. And then... Oh, actually, that's not going to be in the area of the other hearth. Because I'm going to be placing the other hearth, like, immediately up. So... Let's do something like this. Just kind of girding the farm here. So that'll give me another 9 aesthetics. So now I only need to place 2 more in a different area. So over here, if I go for 1... No one should really need to walk around that corner. We go 1 there, and then 1 there. With the construction of those, we should be complete. That should give me the ability to knock off just a little bit of the impatience. Really demonstrating a little bit of panic play here, but... Honestly, if I manage to bail myself out, I will feel pretty comfortable otherwise. I think maybe it's time to briefly downgrade my wood production. This is largely because I am kind of choked on workers at the moment. What are the trappers collecting at the moment down here? I think they might have actually already finished their collecting. Yeah, because this one has to extend to go around to the others. Once the warehouse is made up here, everything will be a lot better as well. Okay. It's halfway through doing a thing down here. Hang on. We were replacing a thing with another thing. Now I know the specificity is shocking you. Me too. Cannot remember for the life of me right now. Oh well, moving on. Something to do with the carpenter, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. We freed up a bunch of these bad boys so that they could start making some planks for us. Cheers, buddy pal. Set the maximum the simple tools. And I will want to start creating luxury goods quite soon. I could create exactly 20 right now. Which is enough to complete luxuries for the Citadel, which is also very important. In fact, another luxury goods, also another 20 goods at the moment. Yeah. We do want to prioritize making those luxury goods. So, ale, incense, training gear, wine, and cosmetics. The easiest thing out of those for me to make is almost certainly going to be ale. Let me have a look. So, incense, I can make it a 1-star level. Ale, I can also only make it a 1-star level. Scrolls, I can make a 1-star level. Flour was not one of the trade goods, I don't believe. Yeah, flour's not a luxury good. Okay, so the fewest inputs into this system, I think, is probably creation of ale. Because it takes a lot of inputs that we already have access to. So let's make, what is it, 40? 40 will make 10 packs of 2, so 40 makes 20. That is to say 40 ale makes 20 packs of luxury goods. So cap that at 40. Trappers deposit camp has nothing nearby. Fair enough. I'm actually going to undo both of those trappers camps at this point. And in doing so, refigure these slots to have comfortable and proficient workers in the lizards rather than humans who have no bonuses there. I'm also going to turn plank creation off in the crude workshop, saving more of our wood to be used by the carpenters instead. I don't need to override that limit at this point. Oh boy, we cracked into another area, did we? We did. Okay. Well, See, the thing about that is, oh no. I'm gonna sell 5 leather here. And I'm also gonna sell 15 crystallized dew. Get a decent amount of money. That'll be enough to finish income tax. If I can finish 3 missions suddenly at once, if these aesthetics go off, if, like, I have lined myself up for a lot of missions to suddenly complete. Here we see impatience -1 because I've gained reputation. I am on my way from misery to happiness to be, all food production 70% slower while we're doing this. That's fine. We have a lot of mushroom to fall back upon. I feel like my trade citadel hub situation thing mabob a jiggaroo that I was trying to do it hasn't really come together. Well, I'll just have to do one next time. Hang on. Building all of these didn't contribute anything. I messed up. They were supposed to be aesthetics that I was making. Thankfully, the aesthetics will actually also be like 11 more planks that I need to use, so it's not so bad that I haven't done it instantaneously there, I think. Right. I'm glad this fishman totem hasn't spawned yet, considering I totally forgot about the fact that it was down there. Finally, there's a good thing. It's good that I keep pausing this much. These hearths need more brick, and more brick requires what? Where do we have brick creation? Because I know we have it at least in, there we go, brickyard. But I haven't built a brickyard yet. I should brick a build yard. Stonecutters camp has no deposits nearby. Do I need stone right now? Not really. I'm gonna free y'all then. Flour. I'm not creating much flour at the moment, apparently. Rain mill's not running. Let's get some people in the rain mill. Very simple to just leave them there continuing to run and leave the bakery continuing to run. Although the bakery has run out of meat stuff, so I'm gonna have to use eggs and insects in order to make the pies, but that's okay. They taste delectable anyway. People don't complain, apparently, about that. They're totally down to clown with it. Fishman totem has appeared nearby. I'll throw my best one at it. Oh boy. I feel like we are absolutely bringing this back and going to succeed. I do feel like that's a quotation that's given directly before, traditionally, extreme failure, but I think we will be okay. I'm gonna take my money from that trade route. Yes, we have some people, thank you, to try and solve that problem for us. An artifact infused with the power of the holy flame. Hostility from woodcutters is decreased by 6, or -40 to hostility for every hub upgraded to neighborhood or higher. We're gonna suddenly pop a bunch of neighborhoods down. That's my feeling here. Let's also get, I mean, I do need a majority beavers, so I'm gonna get the 5 beaver option here. We are now only 3 beavers away from a beaver majority. Our impatience is just about to kill us, like a couple seconds away from killing us right now. I don't know for certain, I suppose. But I do think that, oh boy. When's my next trade route coming in? 3 minutes. And luxury goods are... I'm gonna have to make them my highest priority. I have worries. I suddenly have many worries. This number is crawling slightly high. Oh my god, I'm getting so close to completing some of these missions. It is the best way I know of to reduce impatience. We are about to lose. The Queen was not satisfied with your efforts here. You were summoned back to the court and you've lost the right to this land. We've gotten 25 food stockpiles and 2 artifacts. We've also completed 2 deeds down there, which we'll read out when we get to the Smoldering City. We've not managed to establish a city there. I know what went wrong. It won't go wrong in the next one. Let's go. We traded goods worth 50 amber, so at the very least we did some trading. We also completed 10 orders. Hey, you know what? It did something. The camp did something. Everything was going fine. And everything will go fine here in the next one. I'm ready for it. Enable settlement controls. Don't care about any of this just yet. Not in particular. I'm gonna hold on to my resources for just a little longer, yeah. And fertile grounds. You know what? Let's go settle near some fertile grounds. Modifiers. Inspiring pressure. Villages have a 5% chance of bonus yields from production and gathering for each hostility level. There's also vegetation that mutates into unique strands. Each type of tree here provides bonus different resources, and glades have an increased chance of including fertile soil. So if there are an increased chance of including fertile soil, then having humans is pretty good. Humans and beavers do overlap reasonably in a lot of the things that they want. If I take some additional wood, I can do shelter setup early. If I take some roots, I will have the roots. And the support of Questlove means the world to me. Okay. Let's set down some paths immediately around the hearth again. You know, the standard fare. So I've got some roots and I've got some snake nests. So I've got some eggs and roots that I can get immediately. Let's have a look at our first blueprint. Kiln Smokehouse Provisioner. I almost want to go Provisioner immediately. It gives me the ability to start building towards biscuits and pies and flour, etc., you know. Barrels for ale, which people and dwarves both like. Not dwarves, sorry, beavers. It's the big beard. The big beard makes me think they're dwarves. And packs of provisions so that I can actually turn this into a trade hub. I like it. I also do like kiln for the idea of getting a lot of coal early on and making my production chains very efficient. Here we're offered a trapper's camp, a small farm, and an herb garden. So having already taken the provisioner, I know that I can use roots, grain, or mushroom in order to make that flour. And I can use herbs, eggs, berries, insects, or meat in order to make the provisions. I'm gonna try and set up trade exceptionally early. Like first thing early. Here we go, trade hub. Trading post. One and the same here. Where's my first dangerous? Okay, dangerous out here. Sure. I'm gonna put a woodcutter's relatively nearby. And then I'm gonna tell it to avoid opening glades, but it's just gonna start cutting down this area, so I'm going to be ready to pop my way into the Dangerous Glade as soon as I think I have a shop up, so I possibly have the ability to just buy the resource that it wants. Choose blueprint. Yeah, we're still in the process of doing those. So then it was shelters. So if I'm doing the shelters right now, what I'm really doing is paying a bunch in order to get resolve up right now. Do I need their resolve up right now? Maybe not. Maybe that's just not a priority for us yet. We can start building rain collectors, makeshift posts. The provisioner itself, which would require a crude workstation to start making planks and fabric for. You know what? I'm actually going to barrel down the line of that. That's exactly what I said I was going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So planks and fabric. I think it was 8 and 4. Obviously not 84 planks there. Thank you. But I believe it was 8 and 4 that we had to create for those. And again, you know what? I need to get rid of some bad habits here. I'm going to go to the recipes area, and that's where I'm going to set this stuff. So it was 8 planks and 4 fabric maximum that I want the world to be making here. Cool. It's absolutely confirmed that it was that, yeah. Everyone may run about their little business now. It's pretty important I break into a dangerous glade early so that I have a lot more space to... Wow, I don't... That's the edge of the map already? Oh, we spawned way over on the right side of the map. Interesting, interesting. I mean, that poses a little bit of an annoyance. This is a forbidden glade. This is dangerous. Forbidden. Great amounts of treasure. Contains a threat. Interesting. Yeah, I want to pop into these really early on because there's a 60% chance that they contain fertile soil, and then I can just set up some farms. And having some passive income via those farms is just going to be incredible for us. Let's get 2 people in the workstation. Also, obviously, don't care about planks at all. We also get our first cornerstone. What? Peasant supplies receive 3 packs of provisions for every new villager. And then, hang on, come on. Doesn't it then give you some villagers? Ah, hard done by. We do get some hiccups here though. Have at least 6 humans for at least 30 seconds. This will give us the small farm by itself. We're not going to break into 3 glades really early on, unfortunately. So, yeah, absolutely. And we almost have that many humans, and we want more of them as well. Villages move 10% faster on roads versus sell at least 8 amber to trade or trade routes. This would also give us boxes of simple tools, which will help us establish a foothold in the glades that we need to break into. We're taking the amber trade there. And hilariously, we would be immediately able to trade those 5 simple tools back into resources for actually creating things via the box of planks, the bundle of fabric, as well as the crate of bricks. I do want new villages, so I kind of want to take clearing glades. Complete any 2 glade events. So like a dangerous glade event as well as opening a chest. Does opening a chest count as glade event? Opening a cache in exploration? You know what? I'm gonna leave that one open. I'm not gonna choose that one yet. We can still choose that in the future. So I already know that I'm not gonna be taking small farm here because that's currently being offered by one of my rewards. Trapper's camp though. I know that would help for these eggs, but do we have other resources on this map that will help with? Where do I look at the general map information again? Recipes panel. Orders. Here we go. Natural resources. Yeah, insects. So the Trapper's Camp is not going to have a natural resource of meat, unfortunately, but we can get some meat from the trees. Don't ask. I feel like Trapper's Camp is actually not going to be that important. I almost want to take the herb garden so that I have the ability to get herbs. So then I did that. Brickyard or lumber mill in this situation. Brickyard would give us the ability to make crystallized dew, which we can start farming out with the raindrop generator if we really wanted to. The crystallized dew, I mean, we would have a use for in the future. I just don't necessarily have an idea what it would be right now. Planks in the lumber mill, obviously. You know, if we had the ability to make 2 bricks, I would actually start with that. Alas. Trade routes. Don't have any provisions, unfortunately, at the moment. I do want to make the lumber mill as quickly as we can. So we've got 2 people doing nothing at the moment. Sure. Actually, you know what? We barely have enough wood to do anything at the moment. I don't know if I should do that. Speaking of barely having enough wood to do anything at the moment, maybe I should actually get out a second woodcutter immediately. Something I often consider doing and something I sometimes even slightly commit to doing and then ultimately don't do. Or at least don't do for long. Also, ooh, the hearth has a beaver in for pragmatic frugality, 20% slower fuel consumption. I'm gonna put a person in instead, which is gonna give, I believe, global resolve. No, Queen's Impatience grows 25% slower. Maybe I should have changed to a person in the campfire last time. Well, that's all future speculation now. Take some time doing some gathering here. This is all in service of making a provisioner early, yeah? So also plop down the provisioner. Obviously no one created at the moment, but as soon as the crude workstation lays dormant for but a moment, I will know that they are ready to move on to the next part of the job. So we know that the trade routes have rolled over. Coal. I could sell off some coal early. It's going to require 5 provisions in order to do so, but I'd happily. Okay. There's our sign that the crude workstation is no longer required and we can employ them as workers yet again. I mean, the provisioner should probably be the highest priority considering how hard I worked to make that, but you know, you do what you want. Let's have the provisions start getting created as well. I'm also going to tell the game that 15 is the maximum amount of provisions I need at any one time. Should do grand. Internal storage here is only 10, so they'll be running a trip over of what they have made relatively soon. Not before the end of the season, necessarily. Yeah, I'm not counted as having the pack of provisions until they get moved into the main warehouse. Maybe I should have clicked forced delivery slightly earlier here. Well, Hang on, I might literally just have the... Yeah, I have exactly enough time to do this. The season's about to change, so we're about to get different offers here, but I have the ability to sell 10 of my coal, which is all of my coal right now, but that's okay. We get 5 amber out of the trade. With the season changeover, I can now look into selling some meat. Or some roots. I mean, I can collect roots. I can collect roots in this area. Yeah, absolutely. I'll highly prioritize the root stuff. So just gonna quickly carve out some other areas to cut down. Our provisioners in here do not have enough berries anymore to be creating. And yeah, I don't want to give them the meat instead, so I'll employ them as free agents again. I mean, I do want to sell the roots, like, really deeply, but I would like to sell more if possible. Are we going to have more before the end of the storm? At this rate? The scavengers camp isn't even up yet. Yeah, surely not. Surely not. So I should just settle for and sell what I currently have. And then we can work on getting more. It's small, but it's an efficient world right now. There we go. I almost want to sell 25 meat as well, but I know that my people are surviving on that right now. Literally, that's their, like, the end of their food is this 25 meat right now. Could I let them starve a little? Just a bit. I don't know. I'm gonna take funding the expedition so that I can get the planks, so that I can create my sawmill very easily. Without actually just having to saw another bunch of planks, noting that those are a heavy requirement as a fuel resource for us at the moment. Let's also straighten out a couple of our roads here. Trade is inbound. 53 seconds. I will finish the amber trade mission. Over-diligent woodworkers. Gain 3 barrels for every 10 planks produced. I have the sawmill. I make planks the fastest. This will just give us barrels parallel to that. Parallel, even, if you will. And if you won't, then please forgive me. 2 more humans. That's the help from the Queen mission. This run is already a much tighter run than the last one. Alright. There's our human work done. 1 second, trade route is now complete, and in having completed that trade route, we complete the next mission, which then completes the mission afterwards as well, giving me the correct resources here to build, whereabouts are you, bad boy? That lumber mill. Okay, lumber mill, as it turns out, was actually extremely inexpensive. The one that was very expensive that I was remembering was the provisioner. So, sure, not a perfectly tight opening game, whatever. We'll use these planks for making herb gardens and small farms in the future. You know what we really actually need to do at this point is pop our way into a unopened glade. We now have some diverse resources to be able to deal with the kinds of things that are in them. Planks, I'm going to tell you that your production limit in here, planks, Actually, we should probably set a couple of production limits differently now. Planks, your production limit is now 25. Fabric, yours is going to be 10, because I'm not a heavy fabric society right now. And bricks, we never need more than 10 at the moment as well. Provisions, you are going to 20. And then flowers made in provisioner as well. Flour, you're also going to 20. Much more than that, we're starting to make excess of things. Choose a blueprint.
Well, I mean...
No, I don't need the rain mill for the flour at this point. I do make my own flour quite effectively. The clothier, though, with those coats, that is very helpful for my, my beavers and my humans. Plantation for berries and plant fiber. Herbalist camp or trapper's camp. We do have herbs in the environment and vegetables, so the... Herbalist camp has some use. Smokehouse for jerky. The brickyard for bricks. I do like the idea of getting the brickyard up early here. Now we can have much more efficient creation of basically a lot of endgame resources based exclusively off of the ease with which we could create those early higher tier resources, being the 10 bricks, planks, and fabric that we got from the most recent mission. Come on, I'm dying to see what you got in there, buddy. Trader arrives. Sahilda, Sahilda, what do you have, though? I mean, simple tools. What's it gonna take to get all of those off you? Mushrooms and plant fiber currently for sale. I could sell some of each pretty happily. Get 7 amber back. I mean, right now it's worth it. I'm trying to consider which of these rarer resources I can afford to give away at the moment. Because if I can get some more simple tools, it could be very important. But did I get simple tool production at any point? No. Do I want to try and finish these resources without simple tools consistently? I'm going to lock in these 2 trades. Yo, can you seriously actually cut through, please? Trade connections, 5 trade goods as well as 8 amber gives us value-added tax. Gain 2 amber for every pack of 2 trade goods produced. Every 6 packs of trade goods produced, rather. Beneficial agreement, traders will arrive 15% quicker, and also parts. So we would be able to afford to sell some parts. Or we could get 8 building materials and 8 coal in order to get 2 wildfire essence, which we could afford to sell some wildfire essence at the moment then. As well as 6 box of simple tools and 40 coats. Let's think about that at the moment. How good is our building material? About as good as planks are right now? About as good as bricks are right now. Bricks are non-renewable for us at the moment. This is a lot harder than I was giving it credit for. I'm going to take the trade connections. It seems like it would have been an obvious pick with the way that we have stuff set up at the moment, but Ooh, all packs of goods are produced 33% faster, as well as give +1 production yields to all packs of goods. It requires 15 crops and 15 trade goods. We already need to start making trade goods, and we can already make crops. So in terms of trade goods, the best way that we can make them right now is the lumber mill. The lumber mill can make them with 8 pigment, 6 water skins, 6 barrels, which it will start making as I make these planks. So I think I just need to let time continue to run there. Speaking of letting time continue to run, I know that I'm giving away 5 parts. So, oh, this event just gets solved by sending people to work on it. Ooh. We get some barrels, some coal, some reeds from this event. -4 to the global resolve while it's being worked on. Obviously, just send people to do it. Yeah, some foragers camps, as it turns out, would be pretty good. Trappers camp, as it turns out, would also be really good. Annoyingly. Small hearth could theoretically go over here, but it would have a lot of its area cut off. It would have to. So now that that's being resolved, I'm going to move the woodcutters camp up to here. And try and cut our way through here. So do I need anything from you, Sahilda? Again, up to 5 of these to sell if I really want to right now. Fuel bird's longer, mushrooms are longer. It's most of our provisions at this point. I'm gonna take it. I would rather prevent the worst possible outcomes than just gamble that they won't happen, because we tried that. Remember? Let's get one person in here starting to make some bricks. And one person in here starting to make some provisions. I mean, realistically, I need a lot more people right now. That's like the big obstacle. Which tells me I kind of just need to let the game run a little bit so that I can get those. I almost want to let 2 more planks get created in order to finish the stone-tooth termite over here. Gives me steel pickaxes, +2 to stone production, +1 to mushroom production from fungal growth. Yeah, there aren't even mushrooms in this area. I'm gonna take the conversion here, giving it a source of edible insects. Oh, there's a monastery? For religion, leisure, and green brew as a passive. A forager's camp, which I would be able to move. Okay. Okay. An artisan. Yeah, I mean, artisan's a good way of making pigment, I guess, for us. I'm probably not going to turn it down. But neat. That's a pretty good area. Pretty happy to have found that. Seasons just changed over, so let's check out trade routes. I don't really want to sell stone because I don't have any stone. And I don't want to sell any of the rest of the stuff because I don't have any of the rest of the stuff to sell. Which makes a pretty easy decision out of it all. I'm going to assign the person to start trying to change that. Harvesting and planting is 60% slower. Thankfully, I don't do any harvesting or planting yet. -6 to the global resolve while I am working on that. That's okay. That'll disappear soon enough. Trade route complete. So I can expand the amount of offers that I get from each individual town if I really want to, in order to give myself more options for what they want in the future, so that I have more ways to fulfill their requirements and needs. I kind of need to save the money to actually buy things from the traders at the moment. That's a future plan. For the future. A small destroyed caravan over here is doing pretty well. We have completed the event. Don't have to worry about the negative resolve anymore. How goes the plank creation? I think we probably have enough to complete the Stone Tooth event up here. In fact, no, I don't have an extra person for it just yet. We've got to finish the delivery from the destroyed caravan. But otherwise looking quite good. Looks like we have either run out of meat or production limit. Production limit for the provisioner, so we'll take you out. I mean, realistically, now is about when I should build them homes, right? They've kind of earned some homes. If I build 2 big shelters in this area, in fact, it'll be quite dense and we'll just have it done immediately. There we go. In fact, while those are getting produced, I will then also make 4 comfort buildings. Behind the provisioner like this. Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like designing it to look like it's part of the system. So there's like a bunch of barrels that lead into, or sorry, a bunch of water pipes that lead into a barrel from the stone cutters. So I guess what I'm assuming here is that in the brickyard, they power wash the bricks and they have some way of recycling that water into barrels behind the provisioner so that the provisioner, after a long, hard day of work, can go out and dunk their head. That is, I guess, the mental canon that I am trying to provide here, but realistically what we're providing is the ability to upgrade the hub into a... I always forget the name for this version of it. Encampment. Season's changed again, so it's time to look at the trade routes. Ooh, crystallized dew. Yes, that is some money to make. Thank you. And crystallized dew is not going to be that difficult for us to make back because it can be created out of spark dew, which can be harvested from the rain. Unfortunately, it looks like high hostility is currently making my beavers hate me. Do any beavers work at a job they don't like? Because if I can just move them onto jobs they do like, maybe they'll like me. Looks like no, actually. Well, I mean, they are about to have housing as soon as this finishes. Well, I mean, one of them already does. Oof. Okay, I need to reduce the hostility that we're dealing with at the moment. I'm going to start sacrificing some wood. So by reducing that hostility, I managed to move myself below level 1. We can see that I'm currently on hostility level 0, 56 out of 100. So before I removed 50 hostility by sacrificing 40 wood per minute, I had level hostility 1 active, which would have just intensified the effects that I was dealing with. Hence the negative resolve of the beavers at the time. That said, now with the housing and then the encampment coming up, we should be okay. Beaver's resolve is still really low, but I don't think any of them are going to leave before the storm ends. So I'm just going to risk it. I mean, I say risk it. I am watching the outcome here. But yeah, they don't leave in time. A new cornerstone comes up, meat specialization. You've managed to enlist some excellent hunters. Meat production increases by by +1 each 25 times it's produced. The big problem there is that meat is produced for us by cutting down trees. We can't actually directly produce meat. So I suspect that's not actually happening that commonly. All fuel recipes are 25% faster. Look, I don't love it, but it's got to be better for us, I think. Here again, we are just looking for more people, so I will take more people. Lizard's resolve is very low. What do you hate so much about us, Lizards, right now? Got a -8 for combined summary of other effects. What are these other effects? I mean, let's put a lizard in the hearth. There we go. Everyone's immediately happy. Do you want to work in the brickyard as well, bud? Some stone in there. I mean, I don't think we desperately need to be making bricks right now. We need to exploit some more of our normal resources. Let's get a trapper's camp up. $10 bricks build this monastery back. And if I had the monastery, I could just give -100 hostility to the wilderness. The thing is, I don't think I need that yet. The wilderness doesn't even have 100 hostility for me. We could get the ability to make pigment, but we don't need that. Where are my other woodcutters at? One's in the lumber mill, that makes sense. One's in my hand. They'll go into the woodcutter's camp. The second hearth could be set up. Oh, right there actually is not a bad position. One, two, three, 4. Yeah, it's 4, unfortunately. So I would need to remove this moss broccoli patch, which I can't do yet. Or I build it on the bottom side of that, which could happen as well. Okay, I know how that occurs. That builds a warehouse right there, and then this attempts to start cutting down those trees, and then I build the hearth there, and then we start integrating the city across as we open up this area. Also, we have these small farms. We haven't made a small farm out of the small farms yet. Absolute tragedy. I almost want to double down and just get more out of one of these resources. So what are we really utilizing at the moment? We're utilizing grain for the provisions. We're utilizing herbs. Sorry, we're utilizing grain for flour and herbs for provisions. We're not utilizing flour for anything at the moment, so it seems like the first thing we should create should be the herbs. We're also using the herbs for the crystallized dew. Speaking of the crystallized dew, we should make our first rain collector. Goes down my first herb garden. And then to help me cut away at that stone directly below, we'll just make a stone cutter there. And then I'm going to connect that in. Beauty. Also, let's move this woodcutter's camp all the way here and then continue opening this area so that I can get a huge and juicy amount of coal out of the ground right there. Look how dense that coal creation is. That'll be our energy source. Just that coal. Oh, we got 30 root from something. Insects. No, coal. I could sell 30 coal at the moment. And I think I will. great load of money coming in from that. Okay. All seems really, really good. We've got excellent plank production online. We've got pretty good brick production online and decent crystallized dew production online. We've got some plans for what we're going to be doing for our farms. I mean, actually, hang on as well. I should set up the farm field before we forget. Another farm up here that I'm going to have to set up too. We'll end up moving these in the future as we unlock more stuff, but I'll just put that there for now. We've got really, really good trade prospects set up for the future. I am very, very, very pleased with this encampment. It is going to fulfill all of the dreams that I had for the last one and more, but it's going to do that in the next episode. Until then, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Against the Storm. Playlist is up at the top left, YouTube recommendation down below. Stream costs are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. And above the thank you and special thanks this episode to David. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you all next time.